Hello, dearies. Welcome. It's Kelly from the Book of Moons, and I'm here with part 2 of my Celtic Resources series. Part 1 was specifically related to Ogham, so if you want to check that one out, I will leave a link here. And in this one, I'm sharing my other decks that are Celtic inspired, but not Ogham. And to begin, I'm going to be showing my tarot decks. Now, if you wanted to be a strictly Celtic Reconstructionist pagan, tarot is not really a part of that, but it is a part of me. I've been doing it since my teen years, and I'm not willing to give that up. So, I decided I wanted to try and find a tarot deck a few years ago. I decided I was going to go on a quest for a tarot deck that was Celtic inspired, that I could really resonate with, and well, let me go. We'll start with my oldest deck here. This one I actually had predates my Celtic paganism. I got this, I think, in my early 20s, and I'm in my 50s now. So I hope you'll forgive me that I don't remember anything about this book, this deck. I don't have the book or the box. If you do know what it is, please leave a comment below. I think it was called the Celtic Tarot. And anyway, as I said, I've had this for a very long time. It is a pip deck, and the illustrations are definitely very Celtic inspired. And yeah, I really love them, but it's a bit dated. I don't really use this too much anymore, but I like to hang on to it for nostalgic reasons. This is my newest acquisition. So we have my oldest and my newest. This is the Tarot of the She by Emily Carding. And I did do a whole video on this, so I'm not going to go into any detail. I will link this here as well. And I don't know, the illustrations are wonderful. They're vibrant and full of fairies and other sort of Celtic creatures, mythological creatures, but it hasn't really resonated with me. I haven't used it too much. I need to spend a little bit more time with it, to be fair. But this is absolutely my favorite by far. This is the Wildwood Tarot. And I've had this one for a couple of years now. I love everything about it. I really love the backs, which are important to me. Oh, yeah, I love that the Hierophant is the ancestor in this deck. The imagery is so gorgeous and very Celtic-y. And yeah, so this is the deck for me in terms of a tarot deck that resonates with the Celtic and Gaelic influence of my practice. So yeah, really love this one. And as I said, there are so many out there, so many other decks that are Celtic related, but these are the ones that I have. And then put these over here. So I was in a secondhand shop and picked up these cards, and they were in a baggie with no book or anything. I think they were 25 cents, but anyway, I saw them and totally fell in love with them. They've got the Triskel on one side, and obviously are Celtic inspired. And I totally fell in love with these. So I picked these up, and I've just been calling it my sacred animal deck, although, again, I had nothing to go by with that until, by chance, I was online, and I came across this set. This is the Celtic Totem Animals book and deck, and it was my deck. I was so excited to find this. Obviously, the cards are bigger, and they have a different color palette. It's just this sort of really pretty Prussian blue color, which I loved. But I was just thrilled to find the book and finally have some information to go along with the cards. If you have done any bit of research into Celtic paganism, you've probably come across John and Caitlin Matthews. They are prolific authors on the topic, and I really enjoy their work a lot, and this one is no exception. So it has a lot of the history, so much of animal lore, sacred animal lore that I came across when I first got my little deck there. I would just come across stuff that was related to Native American mythology and totem animals. So I was really excited to have some of the history here for Gaelic culture. And then, besides the history, each animal has let's see if I can find a good page for you. Here we go. Has a description, as well as translation to some of the Gaelic languages. It's really cool. Also came with a CD for drumming purposes. So yeah, I was so excited to get this. And it sort of whet my appetite for learning more about Celtic sacred animals. I picked up the Druid Animal Oracle deck by Philip and Stephanie Cargrom. I think this one is pretty popular. Most people know of it. Oh yeah, I love that this one had the mythological beasts, you know, some dragons. These are elementals, water, fire, air, and earth dragons, and each one is related to a story from Celtic mythology. And I mean, just look at these pretty illustrations. This has been a great deck to work with. Now the cards are huge, but since I'm not really doing readings with them, I usually do like a single card pull. It's fine. It did come with a little white book, which is not so little, but I went ahead and got the actual book for it. When I get into something, I love to research it. I'm a researcher, and the bigger the book, the better. So yeah, this is definitely better than that little white thing in the that came with the deck. So yeah, this one also has some history in the beginning, and then goes into each of the cards. And it does include the information that's in the little white book. The meanings, both reversed and regular, are included in the little white book, but then this one has additional information like the tradition and mythology behind each one. So yeah, that was awesome. Really awesome to pick this one up, and I've been enjoying that very much, as I said. And lastly, just this random little deck. I got this again at a secondhand store, Celtic Wisdom deck at 36 Inspirational Legends. It's put out by Chronicle Books. I don't know much else about it. It looks a little bit old, but this is a really neat deck. Each card has an illustration. Again, sort of, you can see it's Celtic inspired. Lots of knot work and whatnot. And then on the other side is a little bit of history about the mythology, and then a suggestion for a meditation, or how you might use it as a meditative point, or I think it would be a great jumping off point for journaling too, which is something that I use it for. So yeah, this is just a really kind of oddball little deck that I found that I've been really enjoying as well. So there you have it, a little short video on my Celtic-inspired decks that are not Ogham. I hope you enjoyed that, dearies. If you did, as always, please take a moment to give a thumbs up or leave a comment below. And I so appreciate your support of my channel and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.